Good morning, all of you. So, in this last semester, in our offline lectures, we have discussed the topic spectroscopy. We have discussed the introduction of the spectroscopy and ultraviolet spectroscopy. Now, after a long gap, here we are again continuing with our infrared spectroscopy, the next topic that we want to study. But before going to this, the spectroscopy is a branch of chemistry which deals with the study of the responses of the molecule when they are exposed to the different kinds of radiations. And so, from the range of the electromagnetic radiations, we are going to study ultraviolet spectroscopy, IR spectroscopy, and NMR spectroscopy. Now, we completed our ultraviolet spectroscopy, in which when the molecule is exposed to these highly energetic ultraviolet radiations, it brings about the electronic excitation. And this electronic excitation is also associated with vibrational and rotational excitation. And it provides us the information regarding the presence of the double bond, triple bond, that is the dienes, trines, alpha beta unsaturated system, then the enone system. Then it also gives you the information regarding the presence of the different types of stereochemistries of the molecule, that is cis and trans. But the ultraviolet spectroscopy is not that useful for the organic chemist. That also we have studied, and we have seen that how to calculate the lambda max of the dyne system and enone system. We have also studied the different terms that are involved in the ultraviolet spectroscopy. Now, here when we are going to study the IR spectroscopy gives us the information of the molecule, that what type of functional group is present in a compound. And so, the presence of the functional group of the compound can be determined by exposing the molecule to the IR radiations. Now, IR radiations are low energy radiations than the ultraviolet, because the energy associated with this IR radiation is 10 to 40 kilocalories per mole. And as the energy of this molecule can be resolved by translational, rotational, vibrational, and electronic energy. So here the when the ultraviolet radiations are used, it brings about electronic excitation, which are highly energetic excitations, which are being associated with vibrational and rotational excitation. But when we use IR radiations, which are low energy, it brings about only vibrational and rotational excitation only. And so here these IR radiations are classified in three subdivisions, and these three subdivisions are, now here when we are going to see the three subdivisions, that is IR region, which varies from 400 nanometers to 10 raised to 5 nanometer, or we can say 0.8 micron to 200 micron. So here IR region is generally first of all classified as visible, IR ordinary, and far IR. Visible, IR ordinary, near IR, IR ordinary, and far IR. These are the three regions. And so it varies from 800 micron to 10 raised to 5, 800 nanometers to 10 raised to 5 nanometers, or 0.8 micron to 200 microns. But near IR and far IR are not of that useful for our studies. So we are going to deal with our IR ordinary region, which varies from 2.5 micron to 15 micron. This is the IR ordinary region. And this IR ordinary region is further subdivided into three regions, that is the functional group region, fingerprint region, and aromatic region. Functional group region is the region in which we are going to get the information regarding the different kinds of functional groups that are present in the organic molecules. Fingerprint region is the complex region, and this complex region, that is varies from 1300 reciprocal centimeter to 909 reciprocal centimeter. Here the unit that we are going to use is your wave number. Instead of nanometers, we are going in ultraviolet spectroscopy, we have used nanometer as an unit, but now here we are going to use wave number as an unit, which varies from 4000 reciprocal centimeter to 667 reciprocal centimeter. And so all these three subdivisions of ordinary IR ordinary region, that is 2.5 to 7.7, or 4000 reciprocal centimeter to 1300 reciprocal centimeter is your functional group region. So that lies here. And here this stretching, the bands which occur on the spectrum are due to the stretching vibrations that occurs in the molecule. Stretching vibrations that occurs in the molecule. So we are going to study what are the different kinds of vibrations that are seen in the organic molecule. Then the second region is your 7.7 to 11 micron, that is your complex region, or it is also a fingerprint region, and it is the characteristics for specific molecules. So it is the standard which is preserved with the organic chemist. He can compare the characteristic values of the some molecules in this region, but this region is not going to be helpful for us, a lot of helpful for us, because this doesn't provide you the maximum information. And the third region, that is the aromatic region, that is from 11 micron to 15 micron, that is 909 reciprocal centimeter to 667 reciprocal centimeter, is the aromatic region, which here the bands are obtained due to the bending vibrations in the molecule, due to the bending vibrations in the molecule. And so the bands occurs due to the bending vibrations in the aromatic region and due to stretching vibrations in functional group region. And so as whatever the spectrum we have studied in ultraviolet spectroscopy, the same case when we move from left hand side to the right hand side, from 800 nanometer to 10 raised to 5 nanometer, or we can say from 4000 reciprocal centimeter to 667 reciprocal centimeter, the frequency is higher from the left hand side. High frequency, high energy is associated with the radiations, and the radiations are of shorter wavelength. But as we move from left to right, the frequency goes on decreasing, energy associated also goes on decreasing, and the wavelength becomes longer. And so it's longer wavelength to the right hand side. And so in this way, this is the three subdivisions of the IR region. Now the principle of the IR spectroscopy. So we have seen that the organic molecules, the atoms in the organic molecules, they are continuously in motion. They are always continuously in motion. And so they vibrate or rotates in varieties of ways. They rotate or vibrate in varieties of ways. And when these IR radiations are absorbed by the molecule, it gets excited from a lower energy, lower vibrational state to a higher vibrational energy state. Means the rate of vibration increases by absorbing the IR radiations. And so this excitation which is being taking place, it is measured by the IR spectrophotometer, and the IR spectrophotometer measures the absorption of each frequency and produces a spectrum, and this spectrum is to be studied then at which frequency we have got what type of absorption, that we are able to correlate. So by after completing this topic, we will be able to read the IR spectrum. And so here the units which are being used in the spectroscopy that we have seen, that is frequency in nanometers or hertz, wavelength, that is lambda in microns, and wave number, that is nu bar in reciprocals. And so all this wave number, absorbed energy, and the wavelength and frequency are correlated as that wave number is directly proportional to the absorbed energy. Means whatever the radiations of the particular wave number are being used, it is directly proportional to the absorbed energy, and the wavelength is inversely proportional to the absorbed energy. And that's why this wave number is the convenient unit for the study of IR spectroscopy. So the rest of the things we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you very much.